Recently, we did get a potential leak of some brand new regional forms in Generation 10 or Winds and Waves. Now, this list honestly does show some solid Pokemon that I really do think deserve some regional variants or some sort of love. Pokemon Winds and Waves should be giving us some brand new regional variants, of course. We're still not exactly sure what this region is going to be called just yet. If you guys have any theories about the name of the region though, I would love to hear your thoughts. But we've had regional variants in Pokemon since Generation 7, so I do think it's safe to say we will be getting some brand new ones in this game. Even though Gen 9 didn't really give us a ton, I could see this game giving us a little bit more than that just because of the fact that it's Gen 10. We gotta go big or we gotta go home. And before we hop right into it, I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to help me reach our goal of 50,000 subs. And so you don't miss all brand new leaks and news about Pokemon. This year is a crazy year, guys, so I really appreciate it. Let's hop right into it. First on this list, we have Delibird. Delibird is such an awesome Pokemon that I feel like is underrated. This design goes crazy because you could tell he is some sort of fisherman. He's holding a Magikarp. We got some wishy-washy. And I did talk about this one with my bro Nintendo a couple weeks ago. This design just goes so crazy because it's a different color, but you can still tell that it's Delibird because he's holding a bag, although it is wishy-washy. He's still holding a bag, right? Such a creative design. I love the creativity that went behind this. And this design at first, I was like, what am I looking at? But you could just tell the bomb that he's holding is actually a Pokeball, which is so cool. And I was like, what is this? But that is the bag he's holding. That's not a part of his body, and he is orange. I think that's really cool. I like these accents as well. It kind of makes him look like sunlight rays, if that makes sense. I think that's just a really cool design. And it makes him look super menacing as well. Like, this is not a Pokemon you would want to mess around with. And once again, the creativity is so crazy here. Here we have Delibird that looks like he is taking a bunch of Pokemon items like Pokeballs. We have a rare candy in there. We have a potion. And obviously he looks completely different. He has orange with black and white on him. Seems like a nighttime Pokemon. Like, this is a Pokemon you'd see only at nighttime. It's just so funny that he has all those things in his bag. Like, bro, where did you get those things from? Next up on this list, we actually do have Arbok. I cannot believe we didn't get a Mega Arbok. Let me just say that. Like, I swear, this is a Pokemon that I feel like deserves a Mega Evolution, but a regional variant would be crazy. So this design is awesome. This is a fire and a ground type. I love that the Rattler is actually like some sort of furnace. I mean, look, it is blowing flames. It has fire coming right out of it. The design with his body looking like a hat is crazy. Like, that is something that is so awesome. The attention to detail there is perfect. I love the colors too. It's kind of like a cream white with green. Still definitely looks just like Arbok, but without a second glance, you could tell this is a regional variant, and that's what I love about this design. This is another one that I actually have seen a couple times, and I love it. I love the colors. I love that it is like a pitch black. You still have the element of the face on his body. You can see regular Arbok right here. He has like the face, but I feel like this puts a lot more emphasis on that face. I feel like it's kind of easy to look at regular Arbok and forget about that face design, and the sharp edges with like the fangs almost is insane. So this is a poison and a dragon type, which is so fitting. The rocky, scaly body with the purple and black colors, it's just all around a very cool design. Actually, another design. There are a lot of designs out there for Arbok, which is fantastic. This is a brown design with orange, a fire and a poison type. So sick, because look at this. We have flames coming out of him. I guess his tongue or his mouth is also on fire. We have a ton of more spikes on there as well, which, dude, all these designs make Arbok look so much more menacing and so much more insane because, I mean, regular Arbok, he is the GOAT, right? He looks awesome, but he's also just like a nice little guy, you know what I'm saying? Next on the list, we do have Nidoking and Nidoqueen. These are two Pokemon that I definitely do think deserve something new. And so this was made for the Alola region, of course, but I still think it would be fitting since the Winds and Waves region seems like it's going to be very similar to Alola in a way. I love this design, bro. This goes crazy. Imagine this next to Tyranitar. That would be awesome. I love the colors. I love the huge hands he has. The colors on this one goes crazy well. And the thing about that is like the regional variant concept is so cool because of the fact that it's the same Pokemon, but it would actually have different styling and like different abilities because of the different region it grew up in. So obviously its body and its design is going to be different to kind of fit that region more. Here we have Nidoqueen and King. I love the electric typing on this. That just goes crazy. So Nidoking has really cool like electric spikes going down its back, kind of like also extending out to its tail. And then Nidoqueen almost looks like it has a moon on its head. I think that's a moon. Here's another design of Nidoqueen. Unfortunately, it looks like it's holding the head of a Marowak. R.I.P. Marowak. I just love the colors. The colors go crazy on a ghost and a dark type. And I really do love the accents with all like the jewelry, like on the earrings and stuff. It's such a cool design. And here's Nidorino, in case you wanted to see it. I love it so much. This could be an amazing plush. And here's Nidorino, also just showing the red. I love it. Such a cool design. Dodrio is also another Pokemon on this list, and I do think that it deserves a new regional form or something to it. So this design goes crazy because it is actually using the other heads kind of as like a bow and arrow. Such a cool attention to detail right there. And of course, it's a different color. So this is a ghost and a fire type. In my opinion, that is an amazing type combo right there. This would just be so cool to see in like an open world 3D game. Just imagine seeing this animation of it doing what it's doing in this picture. That would just be another level of insanity, especially with like the flowing purple flame up here. This design is awesome because it's a flamingo. So obviously a 3-headed flamingo would be crazy. I feel like this is what we should have got instead of flamingo. I do love flamingo, but it is just a flamingo. I mean, dude, Game Freak, what were you guys thinking? It's literally just a flamingo. I think this needs to happen. Coloring goes crazy. It's so cool. Next on this list, we do have Kingler. Would be great because, you know, he's a crab, so underwater in the ocean. This region's gonna have a lot of ocean in it. I love this because it's based on a blue crab. It's a water and a ground type. I just think it's awesome because it's blue. I love blue. It's my favorite color. Although my favorite color, low-key, does flip between green and blue a lot. Let me know your favorite color if you're watching this far. But this is awesome because, I mean, it's still a crab, but it's just a different color. Here we have a Krabby and a Kingler. I love this art style, by the way. Like, this art style is so cool. And you could totally see how different these Pokemon look. Just look at the size of Kingler's claw. That is insane. Just imagine the power. So Krabby is a dark and a water type, where Kingler is a dark and a steel type. So dude, imagine his claw is like straight up steel. That would be insanely strong. Ludicolo has always been a Pokemon that I feel like could have so many design possibilities. And this picture right here just proves that. Look at Lotad, Lombre, and Ludicolo. It's a Storm Drain style. How cool is that? Lotad, I think, is probably my favorite. I'm not gonna lie, like, that's probably my favorite design out of the 3. But Ludicolo is perfect because here's regular Ludicolo, and you can just see how similar it is, but how different at the same time. Like cone, you know, the street drain cover right there. And it looks like his body is also made out of pipes, which is a really cool attention to detail. And it's a water and a steel type, which is perfect. Like, that just completely makes 100% sense with this Pokemon. I just thought these were super cute as well. I mean, look at Lotad. His lily pad is like double the size as regular, as it normally is. And then Ludicolo, he is just chilling. He is just vibing. It's a ginormous lily pad, and he is in straight up relaxation mode. Like, how cool is that? I saw this design a long time ago, and every time I come across it, I'm like, that is amazing. So I just love the orange, first of all. But look at Lotad with the frying pan. Dude, tell me that is not like the coolest design you've ever seen. And then of course Ludicolo, and you can see the evolutions where it's like a little bit more food, and then look at that, a ton of food up in that guy's pan. Crazy color, you know, his hands are oven mitts. Dude, it's just such a cool design. This would be great for Pokopia. Like, just imagine, you know, Greedent with this guy. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Carnivine as well, dude. Carnivine has always needed something, and I actually can't really find any designs of Carnivine out there. So if you guys have any, let me know. But I just like this because it obviously is Carnivine, but I love the dark green, and it does look a little bit different too. Still looks very menacing, still a Venus flytrap, and just needs to happen, right? I don't think this is a regional. I think this is more so like a new evolution or something for this Pokemon, but I figured, like I said, I couldn't really find many things of this Pokemon, so this goes crazy. It just looks insane. Like, this is kind of freaky. I don't even want to see this low-key, but I figured I would show you guys because I'm sure some of you guys would kind of like this. So the last two on this list are Durant and Heatmor. So obviously these two kind of go hand in hand, but I do think both of these Pokemon need something. Like, I feel like no one talks about these guys. So we have a bug and a fire, and then a fire and a water. So fire and a water is crazy, but you can see how it turns that fire water into steam, which I think is a really cool, like, attention to detail. So I also feel like the steel type could fit really well for this version of Heatmor. But Durant, man, he just needs something new to him. And we do actually have a place on the Generation 10 map that the leaked name is something like Anthill Fieldlands or something like that. So it would make sense for some sort of new form of Durant, or maybe even like a new ant Pokemon is always possible. This one's funny, a Marvelian form, so like based on Marvel. I just couldn't really find many designs of Durant either. I just thought this was cool because of the colors, you know, the blue and the red. It just looks very, very cool. Here's another form of Durant right here, and also a new evolution called Myrmidant. That looks menacing, bro. I love like the rocks on it. But anyways, this is a bug and a rock type, and this is a steel and a rock type. Look at his face, bro. He is ready for war. And this version of Heatmor, I love it. This is probably one of my favorite versions of Heatmor that I've seen online. I love that he is like blowing out almost like ice. Like, it's so cold that that's like icy air, and then the opposite side of him has heat and fire coming out of him. I think that's just a really cool attention to detail. I'm not sure what type this would be. Could you imagine a fire and an ice type? That's a crazy combo right there. Here's a fire and a dragon type Heatmor. Dude, crazy tail on this guy. Insane colors, by the way. He almost looks like a futuristic Pokemon. Like, this could totally fit well for a futuristic Heatmor. And this version of Heatmor being a fire and a rock type, which you could definitely see why it's a fire and a rock type. I love this because I actually feel like this is probably the most faithful to regular Heatmor in a way, where it's like, you know, magma, he's on fire, he's, you know, he has snot dripping out of him, that's magma. Let me know a Pokemon that you would love to see a regional variant for, because there are so many, and this region should be pretty big. Like, the map is going to be big, so I'm hoping they bring in a lot of old existing Pokemon. I hope we get a lot of regional forms in this game. And let me know your favorite one from this video was, because we had a pretty good handful. And this leak is from 4chan, but I've seen it being thrown around a lot recently, and I just think it'd be really cool because, you know, what if? We did have a lot of real 4chan leaks that came out for ZA, even with Generation 10 recently with that one ball guy tweet. So I figured, like, why not, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below bird. Just the word bird. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.